live in a time when Islam is impacting Western culture like never before. But what do we really know about it? Carolyn sat down with Rashid, the host of a popular Arabic TV show, and got some straight answers.
Rashid, thanks for the invitation to visit you today and
Thank
learn
you.
more about Islam. And you host a program called Taking Off the Mask.
Exactly.
It airs on satellite television. People can also stream it on the web. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's a show that we started like a year now, almost a year, and it talks about different subjects in Islam, and it's taking off the mask of Islam, exactly.
All right, take off the mask for us, because I think the average American woman doesn't really understand the religion of Islam. In fact, I was watching a women's show shortly after 9/11 where the host said that Allah and Jehovah are really just the same God. What would you say to that?
Well, it looks, for the first time, it looks like if we have the same God. That happens to me when I was a Muslim and I was reading the Bible. But when you go further and you see some attributes to God and to Allah, you will make a big difference between the two.
So Allah and Jehovah are not the same God.
They are not. Let me give you some examples. From the Bible, we can see clearly God is love. And all the facts in the Bible are based on this fact that God is love. And all the facts in the Bible are based on this fact that God is love. When you go to Islam, you will not find a single verse that says God is love. When you go to Islam, you will not find a single verse that says God is love.
Now, you grew up in the Muslim culture and became a Christian. What led you to that, and how did your family respond?
Well, it's a big, it's a long story, but it started one day. I was like listening to a show in the radio, and that's the first time when I heard about Jesus. And that's the first time when I heard about Jesus. And I started like a long way of correspondence courses and comparing Christianity to Islam. At the end, I was like amazed. The gospel really is the truth. And Jesus is love, so that touched my heart. And Jesus is love, so that touched my heart, changed me totally.
Speaking of love and the different religions, we look at Islam, Americans again, who don't necessarily understand, and we don't understand all the violence that we see around this religion on sometimes the most innocuous things, like a cartoon of the Prophet Muhammad. To us, most of our political and religious leaders will end up as a cartoon. But to see that sort of caricature of the Prophet Muhammad means what to the Islamic people?
Well, we need to understand two things to understand what happened with the subject of cartoons. The first thing, there is no freedom of speech in Islam. You cannot talk about Quran or Muhammad or the followers of Muhammad. They are holy. Nobody can criticize them. Nobody can question them. Nobody can criticize them. Nobody can question them. They are above anything else. They are above anything else. So this is the first thing. The second thing, the cartoons, they were about Muhammad. If you read the Quran, you will find clearly that Muhammad is above Allah himself. If you read the Quran, you will find clearly that Muhammad is above Allah himself. All the clerics, they agreed that if somebody criticizes Muhammad or make fun of him, he should be killed. If somebody criticizes Muhammad or make fun of him, he should be killed. And
Above Allah.
he's above Allah.
وَدَّت طَّائِفَةٌ مِّنْ أَهْلِ الْكِتَابِ لَوْ يُضِلُّونَكُمْ وَمَا يُضِلُّونَ إِلَّا أَنفُسَهُمْ وَمَا يَشْعُرُونَ يَا أَهْلَ الْكِتَابِ لِمَ تَكْفُرُونَ بِآيَاتِ اللَّهِ وَأَنْتُمْ تَشْهَدُونَ يَا أَهْلَ الْكِتَابِ لِمَ تَلْبِسُونَ الْحَقَّ بِالْبَاطِلِ وَتَكْتُمُونَ الْحَقَّ وَأَنْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ